yeah, so for anybody who hasn't followed me on Ether, my major concern, and on the lot of market cap charts that are all basically the same, I was very concerned about this double top, and then there was this other double top inside the bigger double top. So when we did the second double top here, or when we appeared to be rejecting, having swing failed the high back in December, I commented that there was this structure. So what I observed that we had, let me hide that again quickly, that we had this structure in here. I was observing that this is weak demand, that it got a bounce, retest, and then drop through it. That smaller structure I then likened to this bigger structure, weak demand, unable to break the high. I was hoping for more of a retest here, but we didn't get that equivalent retest, so it actually just got wicked down into it, a couple of candles up, and then dropped low. But again, that was so overlaying that smaller one on this section, obviously I was then saying that this demand was weaker than I expected to go through it. And that's kind of what we've happened, and we haven't got this second retracement, we now just keep going down. The other then issue in the bigger picture is we have that exactly the same structure here. So again, are we going to drop down to the start of this low, get some retracement, and then get that much bigger drop? Do I see a scenario that Ether stop hunts 2022 low? Let me have a look where 2022 low is. Yes, so that's the scenario I just said, and more than a stop hunt. But yeah, I mean, like you can see the fractal. It's not a difficult fractal to see. It's just a double top, really. But you know, what you're then looking at is you're going, okay, so yeah, as I just said, you've got move up, back to test demand, another move up, unable to break supply, comes back down here, retest this demand, but it's weak demand because it's been unable to break supply. In this case, gives it a little bounce, but then drops through it. And it's exactly the same here. You've got to move up, makes a demand here, comes back and tests it, unable to make a new high, weak demand. In this case, you know, got to wick all the way to the bottom of it to give a small retracement, but not as much as here. I was hoping for a 61 retracement up into here, but only gave like a small, it was a 61 actually, but I think only from the last drop, and then has dropped lower. So that's, just get rid of all that. And then it is exactly the same scenario in the bigger picture here, that we've got this significant up move, it's come back, it's made a demand here, tested the demand, gone up, unable to make a new high, weak demand, so it comes back, tests here. So we would hope, you know, we're still hoping for that bounce somewhere from now down into this zone down here, that we at least get that bounce. Again, how much of a bounce? Is it going to be like a 61 like that? Is it going to be a smaller version like this? Or, you know, even a bigger version, but we get that bounce off the retest here, but then ultimately breaks demand. So that's always been my like super bearish scenario on Ether. But yeah, that is the scenario that doesn't stop hunt the 2022 low, it breaks the 2022 low and comes all the way back down to $500.